Hello there guys, Francis Gray here, and in today's video I'm going to be building up my very first ever Warhammer set, which are some Necron Immortals from Citadel Miniatures. I'll see you after this. Okay guys, this is the very first time I have ever built anything Warhammer related, and I have to admit I've kind of dodged the subject matter for a very long time, way too long. I've been building models for over 25 years I believe, and I've had plenty of opportunities, but I kept turning them down because, if I'm truthfully honest, I didn't know anything Warhammer. I didn't know any of the lore or anything like that. And I've had friends that were into it and they tried their hardest to get me into it, but unfortunately I was always more into the 1 to 6 scale movie characters like Predator and Alien, Terminator, stuff like that. But I think enough time has passed that I should dip my toe into this expanded universe, if you like. So after watching many YouTube tutorials describing all the different factions and all the different alien races and all the history and all the lore, and it was very complicated at first, but I think I finally got it. And I have to admit, I do think it is good lore. I do think it is a good franchise to follow, if you like. So I'm going to dip my toe into some Necron Immortals. Now my favourite colour has always been like an emerald green. So as soon as I saw Necrons being kind of green light emanating from them, I thought, yeah, that's definitely the ones that I want to start with. So instead of me waffling on for a couple of hours, please sit back and enjoy as we go ahead and build some Necron Immortals. Okay, I will see you at the end. Step 1. Unbox and build. Okay guys, so after quickly opening up the new box and having a quick read of all the instructions and then carefully memorising what parts roughly were on the sprue, I then went ahead and followed the instructions, built it up as they're supposed to be. Now there is options that you can swap and choose if you like. For the most part I kept them kind of like the box art because I didn't want to venture too far, and I didn't want any, mega fans of the franchise telling me that, I'm the worst person on earth and I totally did it wrong, and yeah, I might as well hang my head in shame. So I decided to play it safe at first. So yeah, quick build montage later, and we're ready for the Black Prime.
Soon after.
So, now that these have all been given a nice base coat of black, let's go ahead and start the painting process. Step 2. Adding paint. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to go in with is a base coat of a gunmetal from Vallejo Paints. Okay guys, so as you can see there's the first coat of gunmetal grey. So these are looking a little bit more metallic now. So I want to go ahead and bring out some of those highlights. So I'm going to go in with a very light dry brush of some silver from Model Air. Okay guys, so here you can see the difference between the two different shades. So the new shade is a lot more detailed. So now it's time to crack on with the others.
You get the idea.
Okay guys, so after the quick dry brush, I then went in with the same silver, but I added some edge highlights to some of the more key parts of mainly the weapon. So as you can see there, it's a lot more reflective now. Okay guys, so for the next part, I'm going to go in with some Game Colour Brassy Brass, hell of a name, and I'm going to paint these tiny little transformer areas here on all the guns. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some sick green from Game Colour. Okay guys, so the reason why I'm going in with a dark green, or sick green in this case, is basically I just want to get into all the little nooks and crannies of where the green light will be emitting from, just as a base tone to start up from. And then I use the exact same shade of green to get into the ends of the gun to make it look like the plasma's emanating from inside, and then also the tiny little slits on the Necron's chest and back and his eyes. And then I did the exact same with that connecting tube system that goes from the bottom of his spine that leads to the base of the gun. So apologies, I'm not right too sure if that's got a technical name to it. If it does, please let me know in the comments below, so if I ever do any Necrons in the future, I don't make the same mistake. But yeah, same again, sick green as a base coat, and then we'll go ahead and lighten that up in the next stage. And for the next part I'm going to go in with a livery green from Game Colour. Okay guys, so the exact same as before, but this time over the sick green. And basically it just goes a long way to make it look like light is emitting out of something. And now I'm going to get into all those little surface areas on his chest and his eyes, and let's not forget the little 4 slits on the back of the Necron as well. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with a little bit of black oil paint, and I'm going to use some white spirit and a pipette to make a black wash. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the black wash to get into all the dark recesses of the Necron, being careful not to get it on any of the bright green that we've just done, because we don't want to dull that down. This is just to like drop little ink droplets into the dark recesses and let it settle in place, and then we can go ahead and clean up any spills with some just general white spirit and a cotton bud. But yeah, a black wash really does work well to, especially for miniatures, to get into all the little nooks and crannies and make darker recesses. So as you can see there on the plasma bit area, I know it is darkening down a little bit, but I do like the way that the black just flows into the recesses. So we can go ahead and lighten up some areas later on, but yeah, for now we're just going to go ahead and capture that detail. Okay guys, so for the next stage I'm just going in with little droplets of the oil wash, and then I'm going in with Q-tip that's been soaked in white spirit, and then just gently wiping away the excess, and it just, same again, just goes a long way to really making something look weathered. Okay guys, so for the next stage I'm going to go in with Model Air White, and I'm going to go in with a very fine point brush, and I'm just going to try and go up and down and mimic like energy pulsating through these tubes. Okay, I think that worked rather well. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some medium yellow from Model Air, and I'm also going to go in with some gloss varnish, and I'm going to mix the two to make a translucent coat. I think that has worked rather well. Step 3. Chrome pen and concrete. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with a chrome paint marker, and I'm just going to give a dry brush highlight of pure chrome to all the raised surfaces, and then that goes a long way to just bring out those much needed details. And you can also add the odd like scuff mark or make it look like scratches, mainly like on the shoulder pad areas where bullets have obviously hit and, you know, ricocheted off or whatever, or debris hit. And yeah, it just goes a long way to make this look more like a metallic killing machine from the future, rather than just like a normal dull silver. So you'll see what I mean. Okay guys, so for the next stage we need to go ahead and add some kind of coverage to the base. So I had some leftover concrete from a different project that I mixed in a tub, so I thought I'd give this a try. So I'm just going to go ahead and scrape all the bits off and pour it into a pestle and mortar, grind it all up into a nice powder, and then we can go ahead and add some PVA glue to the Necron bases. And then we can scatter this on in place, and then we can seal it, and then we should have some nice base coverage.
Yeah.
Okay guys, so in order to seal it, so basically it's really simple. It's just watered down PVA glue, and then just suck it up into a pipette, and then just put it over the base, and then just drop little droplets into place, and then leave it to dry, and then that should be rock solid. Now some people do spray like a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on it first. That basically just helps the glue get into all nooks and crannies. But if you're only working on a little surface area like this, then this is fine. The isopropyl alcohol tends to be more for like bigger surface areas.
Early the next morning.
So after that dried, I then went in and painted over the main like bayonet basically the silver with the green edge highlight just wasn't really working for me, and I thought that like a hard light holographic kind of bayonet would make these look a little bit cooler. So I know, same again, some mega fans might be like, you know, yeah, you can't do that, that's terrible, that's a rubbish idea. But like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm just going with what I think. I'm trying to keep it safe, but at the same time I'm trying to do what I think looks cool. So let me know in the comments below if you think that this was a good idea or a bad idea. Okay guys, so I went in with a very watered down black acrylic wash, and I went over the concrete base just to make it look a lot more darker, and as you can see there, it looks more natural rather than just the leaving it as is. So yeah, so now that we've left that to dry, I think these are now finished. Okay guys, so here they all are, all fully painted, ready for display or to play with. So, this is my first time making Warhammer, and I have to admit I did enjoy the process. So, if you've enjoyed this quick build, please hit that like button, share on Facebook and Twitter, because that helps new people find the YouTube channel, which I'm always appreciative. Thank you for any help. If you have any comments, comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future builds. And if you want to be a really awesome viewer, please take 5 minutes to check out my Patreon page, where with a bit of help we can do these videos full time rather than part time. So, once again, I'm Francis Gray, and this is some Necron Immortals. I'll see you in the next build.